ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पतानः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनं श्रीमहागणाधिपतये नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः। नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Dear friends, we are in this Anandavalli, the fifth Anuvaka. Fifth Anuvaka we were reading the Bhashyam. In that Bhashyam we were at that line Sharire Papmano Hitva. The person who identifies himself with this Vijnanamaya Kosha, that gentleman, identification with Vijnanamaya Kosha means identification or merging one's will with the cosmic will. He has given up his notion of identification with the Annamaya Kosha. He has given up his notion of identification with the Pranamaya Kosha and also notion about identification with Manomaya Kosha, and he has come to the level of Mahat Brahma. So Mahat Brahma means that cosmic will, Hiranyagarbha. He is identified with that. At that place, at that time, what will happen? Kim tatah kim syad ityuchate. What will happen at that time? So this line also we read. Sharire papmano hitva. He will give up all the... Yesterday I was just doubting whether papma includes punyam also or not. I again checked up in this same Advaita Kosha which you gave and also checked up with my teacher. Papma includes punyam also. Papa karmani punya phalani cha. Because in the Manomaya Kosha itself, even prior to coming to this Vijnanamaya Kosha, he is at the level of Karma Yoga. Now, from Karma Yoga, he has also done Yoga. Yoga means Atma Sanyama. Along with that Karma Yoga, we have also seen that Yoga Atma Mahapucham Pratishtha. He has also achieved that sense of self-discipline. Yama Niyama Asana, etc. All those things he has undergone. That Yoga, Samadhanam, Chitta Samadhanam he has attained. So which means there is Karma Yoga, there is Chitta Samadhanam. In addition to this Upasana. This Upasana of this Mahat Brahma. So which means what we are coming up to, what we have seen in the 8th chapter of Gita. 8th chapter of Gita, it talks about the person, the Shukla Krishna Gati, it talks about the person who is merely engaged in rituals on one hand, and the person who graduates from this Karma Yoga to Atma Sanyama Yoga, and from Atma Sanyama to Upasana. That person, he goes to this Brahmaloka, and that Brahmaloka is what is referred to as Hiranyagarbha, identification with Hiranyagarbha. And finally, along with that Hiranyagarbha, he merges, he becomes Brahman. So that is what we have seen there. So this is where we have to reconcile the idea of Gita here. So that is what we see. This Papmano Hitva, that Advaita Kosha which you have given to me, that Advaita Kosha, it shows Papmanaha, you refer to that. There it shows Papa Karmani, Punya Karmani Cha. It is actually Shankaracharya's Bhashyam. In Sutra Bhashyam actually, in the 4th Adhyaya, it is Sutra Bhashyam. So Sharire Papmano Hitva. So all these sin, good and bad deeds, they are at the level of, below the level of Karma Yoga. Even at the level of Karma Yoga, he is giving up all those things. Karma Yoga means all those attempts, so he doesn't get the fruit of that action. So by the time he has grown to this level Vijnanamaya, by the time he has grown to the level of identification with this Hiranyagarbha, all those things are left behind. So that is what it is. Then Sharirabhimana Nimittahi Sarve Papmanaha. This also we read. All these punya and papa karmas, They are all because of identification with this lower self. Sharira Abhimana Nimitta. With this lower self, if you are identified, I am this, I am that, I have this social identity. And we read the Bhashyam also, not Bhashyam, Vanamalakara's explanation. Manusyoham, Brahmanoham, Gruhasthoham, I am this, I am that, I belong to this community, I belong to this religion, etc., etc. This is my duty, belonging to this religion. So all these things, they are leading to more and more violence in society, more and more sinful activities in society. So that is the problem. So all those things are because of this identification. And once that nimittam has gone, nimittapaye hanam utpadyate, nimittapaya, that nimittam, that is the cause of that nimittam is identification. That nimittam has gone away. Apaya means it has dropped away. Then for this punya, for this papmana also, hanam utpadyate, all this punya and papa karma, it disappears on its own. Hanam utpadyate, it just disappears. Because the nimitta itself has gone. The cause has gone. So the effect is no longer there. So that is it. Then he also gives a small comparison. Chhatrapaya iva chhayapaya, iva chhayapayaha.
Chhatrapaya iva
Chhaya apayaha. Chhayayaha apayaha. Apaya means just getting rid of, dropping off. Chhatrapaya. Kshatrasya apaye, chhayayaha apayaha. That is, once the umbrella is removed, the shadow also is gone. So long as there is an umbrella, there is shadow. Once the umbrella is taken away, shadow also is taken away. A very small simile. So, nimittam was that dehabhimana. Once that nimittam has gone, the effect of that thing also has gone. Is it clear?
Yes.
Then, tasmat Sharirabhimana nimittan sarvan papmanaha
Sharirabhimana nimittan sarvan papmanaha
Sharira prabhavan Sharire eva hitva Vijnanamaya brahmaswarupapannaha Tatsthan sarvan kaman Vijnanamayena samashnute Samyak bhungte ityarthaha. So because of this identification with this cosmic self, what is happening to him? He is at that level. All the enjoyments of all the beings, they are his. All the enjoyments of all the beings, he understands. He knows their tattvam. He knows their reality. So he no longer has that limited personality where he is seeking desire, seeking happiness from some other external object. He is at the level of, say, Hiranyagarbha. So he has all he desires, they are all there in that. Tasmat Sharirabhimana nimittat sarvan papmanaha Sharira prabhavan. Sharira prabhavan means those which are born because of that body. Sharire bhavaha, sharire prabhavaha, those which are born in that body, those which are due to that body, all those things, all those of sharira abhiman nimitta, and then identification with that, it has given rise to some actions, good and bad. All those things, sharire eva hitva, after having abandoned them or after having left behind in the body itself. Then Vijnanamaya Brahma Swarupapannaha. So he has attained the Swarupa, he has attained the status of that Vijnanamaya Brahma, he has attained the status of that Hiranyagarbha Brahma. All this is because of Upasana only. Upasana only, it is not as though he is suddenly becoming huge and then bloating to the level of cosmic proportions. It is not like that. His individual identity has been forgotten and he is identifying with that ocean. Of course, not the level of a jnani. We are one step below a jnani. That also we have to keep in mind. Because Ananda Maya, so long as we say Maya, it is not pure Ananda, Nijananda. It is still, the ego has not disappeared. The ego, once the ego melts away, once the ego drops away, then that becomes Nijananda, Ananda Swarupa. Even in this Ananda Maya, that ego is still there. Though he has identified himself with that supreme, say what is this Hiranyagarbha, that is not the supreme Brahman. He has not, his ego has not disappeared. So that point we have to remember. Sharira prasharire bhaitva vijnanavaya brahma swarupapannaha. Apannaha means having the person who has attained it. Apannaha. Tatsthan. Tatsthan means the things which are there. Tatrasthan. Tatsthan means tatrasthan. That is the things which are there. Tatrasthan sarvan kaman. All the desires which are existing there, all the desires which are there at the level of that cosmic, at the cosmic level, all the enjoyable things which are available at the cosmic level, all those things, then Vijnanamayena iva atmana samashnute. By being that Vijnanamaya Atma, by himself being that Vijnanamaya Atma, by himself being that Hiranyagarbha, he samashnute, samyak ashnute, sam means samyak, very well, very happily. Samyak ashnute means enjoys, samashnute, samyak bhunkte, he eats means enjoys, ityarthaha. So that is the meaning. So the person who has developed that vision of oneness, let us say, Purna Drushti or Ekatva Drushti, he has developed Ekatva Drushti not with reference to Brahman, Supreme Brahman. He has developed Ekatva Drushti at the cosmic level. He is slightly one step below. You have to recall what we have seen in the 8th Adhyaya of Gita. 8th Adhyaya of Gita talks about this Shuklagati, a person who has done this karma and upasana. And that person, he is there, he attains that status of Hiranyagarbha. And in that state of Hiranyagarbha, he attains mukti. That is called Krama Mukti. If you recall the word, there is a word called Krama Mukti. Sadhyo Mukti and Krama Mukti, these two words which we saw. Sadhyo Mukti is after attainment of Jnana. That is the ego. Once that ego disappears, the ego totally vanishes. Once the ego totally vanishes, the notion of I, ego means the notion of I totally vanishes, then he is a Jnani. But here that notion of I is there, but he has done a lot of karma and upasana. Basically that Hiranyagarbha upasana. What all we have seen from Annamaya Kosha to this Kosha is nothing but upasana. Annamaya Kosha, we have dwelt on that and we have discarded. Pranamaya Kosha, we have dwelt on that, we have discarded. So gradually, one by one, we are doing this upasana. Then the next level, Manomaya Kosha, he has become an expert in the Vedas and the Vedic knowledge. Then Vijnanamaya Kosha, he has done actions, and then this Mahat Pucham Pratishtha. Mahaha Pucham Pratishtha. At that level he has come. Yoga Atma. He has attained self-purification. Yoga is for self-purification only. Yoga itself is the body. Yoga Atma. And then Mahaha Pucham Pratishtha. His goal, Mahaha Pratishtha. He is moving towards that goal. That Pucham Pratishtha is Mahaha. So he is graduating from one to the other. So we are doing the upasana at various levels. So at this level, he has come to the level of Vijnanamaya Kosha. And not Vijnanamaya Kosha, to the level of Hiranyagarbha. Then Sarvan Kaman Samashnate. Okay, next. Tasya purvasya manomayasya atma esha eva sharire manomaye bhavaha shariraha. We are seeing that line, Tasya Shayeva Sharira Atma, like the other one. Tasya Purvasya. The Purvasya for the Purva Kosha for Vijnanamaya Kosha is Manomaya Kosha. Of that Manomaya Kosha, the Atma, this Vijnanamaya Kosha is like the body. Is like the very soul, not body. The very soul, Atma, the very soul of that, is the very essence of that is Shariraha. Shariraha means Sharire Bhavaha. That is the very soul of it. Manomaye bhavaha shariraha. What is that? Kaha? Ya yesha vijnanamaya. This vijnanamaya which we are talking about. Ya yesha. This vijnana, this which we are talking about. This vijnanamaya kosha. Then this vijnanamaya kosha, from this, what is the more interior one? We are coming to that. Tasmadva yetasmat. Iti uktartham. So this has been explained. Uktartham is what has been explained, how it has been explained earlier. Tasmadva etasmadatmana. No. Tasmadva etasmad vijnanamayat anyantara atma anandamaya. For that there is no need for explanation. From this vijnanamaya, in comparison with this vijnanamaya kosha, there is another thing which is innermost. Innermost means which is more subtle. And that subtle thing is called Anandamaya Kosha. Up to that point, there is no Tena Isha Purna also, it is not needed. Because Anandamaya Kosha fills this Vijnanamaya Kosha. It fills the Vijnanamaya Kosha means Vijnanamaya Kosha becomes complete by Anandamaya Kosha. Without Anandamaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha is still incomplete. And it achieves completion. It achieves that perfection only when this Anandamaya Kosha is there. So we can't stop at that Vijnanamaya Kosha. We have to come to this Anandamaya Kosha. So that is what he says. Tenaisha Purnaha. Then Savayesha Purusha Vidhayeva. Tasya Purusha Vidhatam. Where has he stopped? Annamayadi. Okay. Ityadi Bukta Artham. Okay. Anandamaya iti.
Anandamaya iti.
Karyatma Pratitihi.
Karyatma Pratitihi.
Adhikarat.
Adhikarat.
Mayat Shabdacha.
Mayat Shabdacha.
So he has skipped commentary right up to Purusha Vidhatam, Anvayam Purusha Vidha. Up to that point he has skipped it. So he is now talking about Anandamaya. What is this Anandamaya? What is the status of this Anandamaya? So Anandamaya, because Shankaracharya is devoting some time for this, because prior to Shankaracharya, the people who interpreted this Upanishads and all that, most of them contended that Anandamaya Kosha was Brahman itself. Anandamaya Kosha is Brahman itself, because we have come from Annamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, etc., Pranamaya Kosha, etc., and stopped at Anandamaya Kosha, that is the Brahman itself. But then Shankaracharya points out certain lapses in that argument. He points out about 4 or 5 lapses. Why? It cannot be Brahman. It can't be called Brahman. In fact, in the Brahma Sutra also, there is a big discussion on this. Anandamaya Adhikarana. There is an Adhikarana on this particular thing. So there again, the same discussion goes on. So prior to Shankaracharya, the commentators, the one person called Bhartru Prapanchakara, his name is very well known. Vrittikara, it is usually says, Vrittikaraihi. Shankaracharya sometimes writes. So he is that Bhartru Prapancha, and his arguments are even now available with the people who are non-Advaitins. The people who are not Advaitins, maybe Vishishtadvaita and Dvaita, they take the arguments of that Bhartru Prapanchakara. So that's what we have to remember. Why Shankaracharya is debating on this, why he is elaborating on this word, the background is that at his time, the earlier commentators, they were thinking that Anandamaya Kosha was the final thing, was Brahman itself. So that is why he says, he points out the lapses in that argument. What are the lapses? Anandamaiti karyatma pratitihi. Pratiti. What is pratiti? Pratyaya is intelligence. Huh? No. Prati normally is well known. In Telugu we say well known. But karyatma iti pratitihi means it appears so. Shankaracharya, he says, it implies so. Not appears, it implies, appears also you can say. Iti pratitihi, karyatma pratitihi. It is karyatma which is implied here and not the karanatma. What is karyatma and karanatma? Karanatma is for the Atma, the supreme reality which is the Karanam for all the things, that is the supreme Brahman. Karyatma is the Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha is after all Karyam only. Maya, in that Maya Vachinna Chaitanyam, he is the first, that Hiranyagarbha, we can't even say he. Shakteyas, they call it Shakti. It can be it too, there is no gender for that. It is just Shakti, that's all. Creative power or manifesting power, we can say. So that manifesting power, we say Karyatma, we say. That Karyatma is different from Karanatma, that is Supreme Brahman. So here, Anandamaya refers to Karyatma. It is Karya, it is the effect and not the original cause. So that is what he says. Karyatma pratiti. How? Adhikarat. Adhikarat means by virtue of context. Adhikara. What is the Adhikara here? Adhikara, the word, this is a technical word which we always have to remember. Adhikara means that is the context. Adhikarat. Because of the context, we are now talking about koshas, various koshas, and kosha pravilapa. Kosha pravilapa means one kosha merging into other, one kosha merging into the other, next kosha it is merging into the next kosha. Merging means it is becoming irrelevant. Annamaya kosha is becoming irrelevant once Pranamaya is known. Pranamaya is becoming irrelevant when Manomaya is known. So like that they are becoming irrelevant. They are merging into this one. So the more and more subtle thing you are going to see, we are seeing. Once you see the more subtle thing, the gross thing becomes irrelevant. So that is the point. And that is what is called Panchakosha Pravilapa. Pravilapa means merging one into the other or dissolving one into the other, whatever you can say. So here, Adhikarat. Then Mayat Shabdacha. Mayat, in fact, even earlier I told you, Mayat Prachuryartha I told you. That Prachuryartha is not totally appropriate. That is what Shankaracharya says. Mayat, there are two ways in which it can be told. Mayat means prachuryarthe, anandamaya. Suppose I say this particular place is say raktamayam, I say. Raktamayam means everywhere there is blood. Or something like dhanamayam. Dhanamayam means everywhere there is money. Something like that. Mayam means prachuryam. Prachuryam means predominance, abundance. Abundance you can say. So in that abundance, there can be some little bit of gap, isn't it? 95% or 99% may be there, but 1% gap may be there. So it is not full, it is not fully. So that meaning also is there. That meaning can be there. But here Shankaracharya says we should not take that meaning. We should take the meaning as vikararthe. Vikara means modification, isn't it? It is a modification. Anna vikara, it is just a vikara, it is just a modification because it is coming from Annamaya Kosha, you are coming to Pranamaya to this another thing to another thing. It is a modification only. And finally, if you come from the top, that Maya Vachina Chaitanyam, in that Maya Vachina Chaitanyam, it is a manifestation. So it is a vikara. It is a vikara of that Maya Vachina Chaitanyam. So yeah, naturally we have to come from the top and not from below. So Maya Vachina, for Maya Vachina Chaitanya, it is a vikara. So that is why it is called a karyatma. So Anandamaya iti karyatma pratitihi adhikarat mayat shabdacha. So this mayat shabda, say here of course prachuryartha also is given in Vanamala Vyakhya. Prachuryartha, he is replying. Okay, we need not go into this. Prachuryartha, as I said, there may be predominance or abundance, but then there is still a little bit of lack of, there is still a small absence of ananda. So we need not take that meaning. We can only take the meaning as vikarartha so that it can be explained in a more perfect way. So mayat shabda, this mayat shabda, did you understand? Mayat. There can be two ways of interpretation. One is prachuryartha, abundance. Prachuryam means abundance. Vikarartha. Vikara means it is a modification. It is a karyam. Vikara is a karyam. That is, it is a karyam of that Maya Vachina Chaitanyam. It is a manifestation in that Maya Vachina Chaitanyam. So it is a karyam. So this point you have to see. Because it is a karyam. Mayat Shabdacha. And of course he is explaining. Anandamaya hi karyatmano. Sorry, Annadimaya hi karyatmano.
Annadimaya hi karyatmano.
Karyatmano. Atmanaha. Bhautikaha iha adhikrutaha. Okay, what is the adhikara here? Adhikara means context. What are the things which are adhikrutaha? Adhikrutaha means which are mentioned in this particular context. Adhikara is the context. Adhikruta means that which has been mentioned in this context. What are the things which are mentioned in this context? Annadimayaha. He is explaining the first point, adhikarat. That particular point he is explaining. What is the adhikara here? Annamaya kosha, pranamaya kosha, etc., etc. And what is the character? What is their nature? Their nature is bhautika. Annadimaya he means yasmat, because Annadimaya, that is Anna kosha, pranamaya kosha, etc., etc. They are all karyatmanaha. Karyatma, karyatmano, karyatmanaha. That is the plural. All these are all karyatmanaha. Why? Bhautikaha. Bhautikaha means physical. In the sense, bhutebhyaha bhavaha. Panchabhutebhyaha bhavaha. That is, they are all the modifications of the Panchabhutas only. Bhautika means modification of Panchabhuta. Evolved from that Panchabhuta. How are we evolved from the Panchabhuta? If we just recall, the physical body is evolved from the tamoguna of the tamasa aspect of the Panchatanmatras. The tamas, the Panchatanmatras, they have got Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. You know that. So from this Tamoguna aspect of the Panchatanmatras, Panchatanmatra is the five elements in their say elemental form, not the mixed form. Mixed form is Stula Bhuta. Sushma Bhuta is that elemental form. So in that form, say in that form also there is Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. So from that Tamoguna, the physical body is born. From the Rajoguna, the motor organs and energy, that is from the Rajoguna. From the Sattva-guna, our say Indriyani and Manas. Indriyani, Manas, our Indriya, that is the sense organs and the mind, they are the result of the Sattva-guna, isn't it? So, and what all we discussed earlier, right, including this Vijnana Maya Kosha and Anandamaya Kosha, when you are talking about Priya, Moda and all that, it is at the level of mind only, isn't it? So, in the mind only, happiness and unhappiness, they are all mind only. Happiness, unhappiness, all these things. What is the definition of mind? Rir, Dhir, Bhihi, Vichikitsa, Ityeta, Sarvam, Mana Eva, Kamas, Sankalpaha, Vichikitsa, all happiness, unhappiness, this is all mind only. So, all these are Bhautikaha. Bhautikaha means they are all related to, or they are in the purview of the 5 elements only, Panchabhutas only. Annamaya, these 5 Tanmatras. So, it is at the Bhautika, did you understand?
Yes.
Because of the Sattva, Rajas, Tamoguna. The whole creation is because of the Sattva, Rajas, Tamogunas only. So from that point of view, they are Bhautikaha. So Anna Karyatmana Bhautikaha Iha Adhikrutaha. The context here is that. Then Tad Adhikara Patitascha Ayam Anandamayaha. Ayam Anandamayaha. This particular Anandamaya Kosha, Ayam is this particular Anandamaya Kosha, Tad Adhikara Patitaha. It has fallen in that category. Tad Adhikara Patitaha. It has fallen. Patitaha. Patanam, Patanam is falling. If you literally want to translate, it has fallen in that category. Tad Adhikara Patitaha. It has fallen in that particular context. Now he is explaining this Mayat. Mayat cha atra vikararthe drushto yatha annamaya ityatra. So just as the Annamaya Kosha is a vikara, Annamaya Kosha is a modification only. Just as that, Mayat here also it has to be taken in that vikarartha. Mayat cha atra vikararthe drushtaha. Vikararthe drushtaha. Not vikarartho drushtaha also we can say. In that in the sense of vikara, in the sense of say conveying the meaning that it is a modification. In that sense, it has to be taken. Just as in the case of Annamaya. Tasmat Karyatma Anandamayaha Pratyetavyaha. Pratyetavyaha means it has to be understood like that. Pratiti, Pratyayaha, Pratyetavyaha. So these are all slightly different, slightly you have to change the meaning, that's all. Pratyetavyaha means it has to be understood like that. What? Karyatma Anandamayaha iti Pratyetavyaha. It has to be understood that this Anandamaya Kosha is a Karyatma. Is clear? Then he is giving another reason, the third reason. The first reason is Prakarana. The second reason is Mayat Shabda. The third reason he is giving is Sankramanacha. Anandamayam upasankramati iti vakshyati. Karyatmanamcha sankramanam anatmanam drushtam. Anatmana, if there is anatmana, you please correct it. Anatmanam drushtam. Sankramana karmatvena cha anandamaya atma shruyate. Okay, this point we'll explain later. Okay. Anandamaya atma sankramanacha. What is sankramanam? Sankramanam means transition. Samkrama. Samyak kramanam. Kramudhatu. What is kramudhatu? Vikramaha. Trivikramaha. What is that Vikrama? Kramupada Vikshepe. Trivikrama, you know Trivikrama. Vamana. With 3 feet, he totally covered the whole the universe, isn't it? Kramu, Pada Vikshepe, it means. That is the placing your feet. Krama is a step. 3 steps. So, Samkramanam. Moving from one step to another. Sankramanam. You know Sankranti. What is Sankranti? The sun from the Tropic of Capricorn to Tropic of Cancer or something. Then from this thing again to Tropic of Capricorn, some other, that is called some other Sankramanam. So every month there is some sort of Sankramanam because of sun's movements, isn't it? So that Sankramanam is movement, moving from one phase to another, moving from one step to another. Sam plus Kramanam. Upasankramanam also is same. Upa means near, some very well, samyak, kram pada vikshepe. That is moving from one thing to another is Sankramanam. From Annamaya Kosha we have come to Pranamaya Kosha. Annamaya Kosham Upasankramati, Pranamaya Kosham Upasankramati. We are going to see. Vakshyati means he is going to tell, the text is going to say. What is the text going to say? Anandamayam Atmanam Upasankramati. Prior to that he says Pranamayam Atmanam Upasankramati. So this is Upasankramanam. From one to the other, this is something like a ladder. This Panchakosha is something like a ladder where you are just moving step by step. You can call it Pravilapa, that is dissolving one in the other, or you can look at it as a ladder from moving from one thing to another. So this is Upasankramanam, moving from one thing to the other. So this moving from one thing to the other, and it has ended at Anandamaya Kosha, isn't it? And Anandamaya Kosha is something which has been attained. It is something which has been attained by Sankramanam, isn't it? By walk you have gone to a particular village. Ramaha Gramam Gacchati. Suppose you say, you have attained that village by walking. So that village is now the object of the karma called walking. It is now the object of karma called walking, isn't it? You have gone to the village, you have reached the village, and village is now the object. So that of course he is also going, Shankaracharya is going to explain that. So Anandamayam Atmanam Upasankramati iti vakshyati. Upasankramati means he goes near, he attains it. The text is going to say. Then Karyatmanam cha Sankramanam Anatmanam Dushtam. This Sankramanam you can see only in the case of Karyatma. Sankramanam, that is moving from one thing to the other, you can see only in the case of Karyatma. You can't see in that supreme reality, because supreme reality is, you say, infinite. In that infinite, there cannot be moving from one place to another. In that infinity, there cannot be, the infinity cannot move into another infinity. In that infinity only all movements take place. In the gati, that gati or movement is not there in that infinity. So that is what is the point. So in that wherever there is movement, it is anatma. Where there is no movement, it is atma. Where there is a movement, it is anatma only. So anatmanam means only in the case of, only for these non-selves, this sort of movement, Sankramanam Dushtam. Karyatmanam, Anatmanam, Sankramanam Dushtam. The Anvaya of that line is Karyatmanam, for these Karyatmas, which are Anatmas, Sankramanam is possible. Sankramanam is possible for the Karyatmas which are Anatmas. So that is the point. Yeah, Shashti Bahuvachanam. Then Sankramana Karmatvena cha Anandamaya Atma Shruyate. Sankramana Karmatvena. I gave you the example of Gramam Gacchati. Ramaha Gramam Gacchati. So Gramam is in Dvitiya Vibhakti, isn't it? That is the objective case. The object, nominative case, objective case, instrumental case, etc. The objective case. Ramaha Gramam Gacchati. Ramam, like Gramam is in Dvitiya Vibhakti. Dvitiya Ekvachanam. So this Sankramana Karmatvena. So this is the object of Sankramana. Sankramana Karmatvena cha Anandamaya Atma Shruyate. This Anandamaya Atma is being described or being told as the object of Sankramana. Is it clear? Anandamaya Kosha Upasankramati means he attains that Anandamaya Kosha. Initially he says Pranamaya Kosha, he attains. Manomaya Kosha, he attains. Then he attains Vijnanamaya Kosha. Then he attains Anandamaya Kosha. What does it mean? You are attaining something. And Brahman is not something where there is an attainment. Brahma is understanding. That is Gneya Brahma. This is something Upasya Brahma which can be attained. This is a Brahma which can be attained. That is a Brahma which has to be known. You know that Gneya Brahma and Upasya Brahma. Upasya Brahma is something which can be attained. You can attain this the level of Hiranyagarbha, but Brahman you become. You have to know and become it. That's all. By knowing you become it. That difference we have to see. By knowing you become it. But here we are not knowing, we are only attaining, because we do not know. We are still moving about. We are still moving about, we are not infinity. So that is the point. Anandamaya Atma Shruyate. Is this line clear?
Yes.
Sankramana karmatvena. Sankramana karmatvena means this particular Anandamaya is shown as the karma for the act of Sankramanam. It is shown as the karma or the object for the act of Sankramanam, for the act of transition. So that is it. Then Yatha Annamayam Upasankramati iti.
Yatha Annamayamatmanam Upasankramati iti.
Just as in the case of the earlier lines, Annamayam Atmanam Upasankramati. So like that, Upasankramati, he attains it, one after the other. Then Nacha Atmana Eva Upasankramanam. So in this Atma is something which cannot be attained. Nacha Atmana Eva Upasankramanam. For this Atma there is no Upasankramanam. For this Atma means for this Brahma. Brahma and Atma we are using synonymously. For this Brahma or for this infinity. Remember, keep in mind that concept of infinity. That in that infinity there is no Upasankramanam. There is no moving about. Atmanaha na Upasankramanam. Then Adhikara Virodhat Asambhavacha. So here, that bringing that Atma, bringing that Supreme Brahma here is Adhikara Virodha. It is contradicting the particular context. Bringing the concept of Brahman here is contradicting the the particular context. Adhikara Virodhat. And Asambhavacha. And it is also Asambhavam. It is not possible. Asambhavam means it is just not possible. Then Nahi Atmanaiva Atmana Upasankramanam Sambhavati. So this Upasankramanam, this attaining of Atma by Atma is something which is ridiculous. You see, Nahi Atmana Eva means Atmana Eva Atmana Upasankramanam. This infinity reaching another infinity is something which is preposterous. It is something which is ridiculous, which is something which is preposterous. Then Swatmani Bhedabhavat Atma Bhutam cha Brahma Sankramituhu Sankramituhu. Your book says Sankramituhu. Sankramituhu. I am not sure, but anyway, my book says Sankramituhu. Sankramituhu, I don't know whether that form also is correct. So, Swatmani Bheda Bhavat. In this, supreme reality, Swatmani, in that Brahman, in that supreme Brahman, there is no Bheda Bhava. There is no question of division. Bheda Bhava means Bheda Abhava. That is absence of division. Bheda Abhavat. Absence of division. There is absence in this Supreme Brahman, which is infinity, there is absence of any division. And also Atma Bhutam cha Brahma Sankramituhu. For the person who is also doing this Sankramanam, that is Atma Bhutam, that is his very self. Brahman is his very self. There is no question of Sankramanam. So that is what it is. Atma Bhutam cha Brahma Sankramituhu. Sankramita is the word. Sankramita means the person who does the transition. Sankramituhu means for the person who does the Sankramanam, the Brahman is his own self. So he has to only know it. If he knows, he becomes it. So long as he does not know, he will be doing Sankramanam only. From one kosha to another, he is doing Sankramanam. Then another reason Shankaracharya is giving to say that Anandamaya kosha does not refer to Supreme Brahma. Shiradi Kalpananupapattescha. Kalpananupapattescha. Kalpanayaha anupapattescha. Then we have described the Anandamaya kosha. Anandamaya kosha, okay, tasya, so and so is the Shiraha. What is that? What is the Shira for Shiras for say Anandamaya kosha? Tasya Purusha Vedatam, okay. Tasya Priyameva Shiraha. Priya, Moda, Pramoda. We have seen. Then the Shira is there, one Paksham is there, another Paksham is there, then again Ananda is the self, and then Brahma Pucham Pratishtha. So there is a Shira, the Kalpana is there. So Priya, Moda, Pramoda, so long as they are there, they are the enjoyments at a physical level. They are the enjoyments not of the Supreme Brahman. They are, that is the Vyavaharika Ananda. Priya, Moda, Pramoda. It is a Vyavaharika level. That is, you look at an object, you feel happy. You attain it, you are more joyous, and then you enjoy it. Once you enjoy it, then you rejoice in that. So there are three levels which have been told. Just looking at a thing, and then getting a thing, and then enjoying a thing. So all these things are at the level of ego only. The ego has not disappeared. So, which means that this Anandamaya Kosha is something which is avayava, which is an avayavi. It is having some avayavas. It can be visualized as something which is having all these avayavas. So this Shira, in Brahman, you can't conceive of avayavas. In Supreme Brahman, there cannot be this concept of limbs. There cannot be any parts in that, because it is infinity. So Shiradi Kalpana Anupapattescha. In the Supreme Brahman, Shiradi Kalpana Anupapatti. Anupapatti means it is illogical, inappropriate. Then Nahi Yathokta Lakshana Akashadi Karana Akaryapatite Shira Adyavayava Rupa Kalpana Utpadyate. Okay, Nahi Yathokta Lakshana is Lakshane. That Lakshane Akashadi Karane, that we have to see. Nahi Yathokta Lakshane. In this Brahman, Yathokta Lakshana, which has been described above, it has been defined above. What is the definition given? Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Yathokta Lakshanam. What is that Yathokta Lakshanam? It has been defined earlier. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. We dwelt on it for about 10 to 12 classes. So in this particular Brahma, in that Brahma which is described as Satyam Jnanam Anantam, and Akaryapatite, in that Supreme Brahman which is Akaryam, Supreme Brahman, is the Karanam, it is the cause for all other things, and it is not the Karyam. Akaryapatite. Supreme Brahman cannot be brought under the category of Karyam. All these things are, they are falling in the category of Karyam, but Supreme Brahman does not fall in the category of Karyam. So there is one more line here. Akashadi Karane, Akashadi Karanam. Akashadi Karanam means Brahman, which is the Karanam for even Akasha and all these things. Tasmadvaye Tasmadatmana Akasha Sambhutaha. From that Brahman only, from after this interface called Maya, Vachinna Chaitanyam and Hiranyagarbha, so this Akasha, Vayu, etc., all these things have come. So Akashadi Karanam, and then Akaryapatite, then again it is also Akaryam. In that particular Brahman, Shira Adi Avayava Rupa Kalpana, that is visualizing this limbs such as Shiraha, Pakshaha, Pucham, etc., now Upapadyate, it doesn't arise, it doesn't suit there. It is illogical there. Now Upapadyate means the question doesn't arise at all. Such a visualization, it doesn't arise at all in that supreme reality, which has been defined as Satyam Jnanam Anantam, which has been defined as pure consciousness, all pervading consciousness. Then Adrushye Anatme Anirukte Anilayane.
Adrushye Anatme Anirukte Anilayane.
Asthula Mananu. Neti Neti Atma. Ityadi Visheshana Ityadi Visheshapoha Shrutibhyascha. There are certain Shrutis which negate or which deny any type of adjectives for this Brahma. Vishesha Apoha. Vishesha Apoha Shrutibhyascha. Shrutibhyascha means by virtue of by the strength of or on the strength of several Shrutis which negate or which deny any sort of adjective. Vishesha Apoha. Vishesha, Vishesha is adjective. Vishesha Apoha. Apoha means deny it, reject it. All the adjectives are rejected. By what? By statements such as Adrushye Anatmye Nirukte Nilayane. This is from the same text we are going to see. From the 7th Anuvaka, we are going to see Abhayam Pratishtham Vindati, we are going to see. one who gets established in this sort of Brahman, say he will attain the status of abhayam, he will be in that state of fearlessness because he doesn't see the duality there. So that is it. Adrushye, something which is not perceived by senses, which is beyond the perception of senses, that is what is adrushya. All other things are all drushyas only. Annamaya kosha, pranamaya kosha, etc. All these things are perceived. They are all known. They are all drushyams. What all is known is drishyam only. And druk is different. So adrushya is druk. That is druk swarupa. All other things are drishyam only. Manomaya kosha is a drishyam. Vijnanamaya kosha is a drishyam. Anandamaya kosha also is a drishyam. Because you are having the experience of priya moda pramoda. So long as you are having the experience of priya moda pramoda, it is seen, it is drishyam. So that is why this is in contrast to that adrushya, that is druk swarupa. Adrushye, anatmye. Anatmye means that which has no body. Atma here does not mean supreme consciousness. Atma here means body. Because sometimes according to the context, the word Atma means body, isn't it? They say in Gita also we come across that shloka. What is that? Atmanyeva atmana tushtaha. So then there is one line. There is one line which says Atma has to be protected. Atmaiva hi atmano bandhu, atmaiva ripuratmana. That shloka is there, isn't it? So there again that the sharira, Atma refers to the word sharira, the body also. So here anatmye means that which is bodiless. Number one is adrushya is druk swarupa, anatmya is bodiless, anirukte, that which cannot be defined, anirukta, words, eto vacho nivartante, words cannot describe it, anilayane, you can't fix it to any place, it is beyond the concept of space and time, anilayana, nilayanam means nilayam. We give the names as Vani Nilayam, Rama Lakshmi Nilayam. Suppose you build a house, depending on your taste, you name it as Vani Nilayam, Ganesh Nilayam, Nilayam. Nilayam means it is the place where something stays. So this Brahman is something anilayana, because you can't fix it to one place. It is beyond all things, beyond the concept of place and time. So anilayane, then this is from this line we are going to see. Then asthulam ananu. This is from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Asthulam ananu. Asthulam. It is not grass. It is neither subtle. It is neither grass nor subtle. Grass, subtle, all these differences are there at this drishyam level only. And this is it is beyond that particular definition, beyond that sort of framework, beyond that framework of sthula anu. Then neti neti. Neti neti. Not this. Brahman is described by negating what all is anatma. What all is anatma, you are negating, and by negating whatever remains or whatever you understand, not remains, whatever you understand, by negating all the things, that is what is Brahman, isn't it? Brahman is understood like that. Neti neti ityadi visheshapoha shrutibhyascha. So all these shrutis, they negate all types of defining adjuncts, all the defining adjectives or defining adjuncts in the case of Brahman. Then mantrodaharananupapattescha. Mantrodaharananupapattescha. Here of course he is referring to another mantra udaharana. Anupapattescha. Then the next line he is explaining it in the next line. The following line will also become inappropriate, illogical. That's what he is going to say. Mantrodaharana means he is referring to the following line. That becomes illogical. What is that following line? Priyadi Visishte. In the next say Anuvaka, we are going to see one line called Asanneva Sabhavati, Asad Brahmeti Veda Chet. We are going to see, he is referring to that. That particular line will become illogical, it will become inappropriate if we say accept that Anandamaya is the Brahman. Anandamaya is Karyatma. That's the point. Then Nahi Priyashira Adyavayava Vishishte. Adyavayava Priya Shira Adi Avayava Visishte. Priya Shira Adyavayava Visishte Pratyakshato Anubhuyamane Anandamaye Atmani Brahmani Nasti Brahmetyashanka Bhavat
नास्ति ब्रह्मेत्याशंका भावात्
असन्नेव स भवति
असन्नेव स भवति
असद्ब्रह्मेति वेद चेत्
असद्ब्रह्मेति वेदचेत्
इति मंत्रोदाहरणम् उपपद्यते.
इति मन्त्रोदाहरणम् उपपद्यते.
So this is the line which he was referring to earlier. Mantrodahara anupapattescha. This is the mantrodharanam. Mantrodharanam means mantrasya udaharanam. This particular mantra which is coming later. That is, what is that mantrodharanam? Na upapadyate. It doesn't fit in. Na upapadyate means it just doesn't fit in. It becomes illogical. How it will become illogical? It will become illogical if you accept your contention. That is what it is. If we accept your contention that Anandamaya is Brahma, this particular line would become illogical. So that is the point. If I accept your argument, this particular line will become illogical. So I can't accept your argument. That is the point. Nahi priya shira adyavayava visishte. This Anandamaya kosha is priya shira adi avayava visishta. Priya shiraha, that priya is the shiram, then some other moda is the paksham, pramoda is another paksham. Ityadi avayava visishta. Avayava visishta means that which has been qualified as having these limbs, that which has been qualified or described as having these limbs, then pratyakshataha anubhuyamane, and it is directly experienced. Pratyakshataha anubhuyamana, that which is being experienced. So the priya, moda, all this experience we are having in that thing, then in that Anandamaya Atmani Brahmani, in that Anandamaya Atma which is called, at that level it is called Anandamaya Brahma, Nasti Brahma iti Ashanka Bhavat. So in that thing, Nasti Brahma iti Ashanka Bhavat, then there is no question of saying the Brahman itself is not there. Brahman itself is not there. That feeling, that thing cannot be told. Brahma itself is not there. It cannot be told. Ashanka abhavat. Then the next line says, Asanne eva sabhavati asad brahmeti veda chet. If somebody says Brahma is not there, he himself is not there. Because he can't exclude himself from Brahman. If somebody says Brahma is not there, he himself is not there. Brahma is when that Brahman is infinity, and that from that infinity he is excluding himself. He himself is not there. He can't exclude himself from that Brahma. Asanneva sabhavati asad brahmeti veda chet. If somebody says that Brahma itself is not there, he himself is not there. Asanneva sabhavati. Asat eva sabhavati. He himself becomes asat. He himself becomes negated. He himself becomes a zero. If you exclude yourself from Brahma, you yourself become zero. That is the meaning of it. So in that Brahman, Nasti Brahma iti Ashanka Abhavat, there is no question of doubt that Nasti Brahma iti Ashanka Abhavat, because I, that notion of I is always there. You can't negate your own presence. That notion of I am the seer, I am the druk, the fact that you are the druk swarupa, that can't be negated. And nobody can say I don't exist. So that is the point. Iti mantrodharanam na upapadyate. That particular line becomes illogical. Then Brahma pucham pratishthetyapi cha anupapannam.
Brahmapucham pratishtha ityapi cha anupapannam.
Pruthak brahmana pratishthatvena grahanam.
Pruthak brahmana pratishthatvena grahanam.
So here in this Anandamaya Kosha, it has been specifically mentioned that Brahma pucham pratishtha. Anandamaya Kosha, it is specifically mentioned that Pruthak Brahma, Pruthak means separately. Pruthak Brahmana pratishthatvena grahanam. Brahma is being mentioned as the pratishtha. So here this particular thing, Brahma pucham pratishtha ityapi anupapannam bhavishyati. If you say that Anandamaya Atma itself is Brahma, then for Brahma you can't say again there is a Brahma as pucham. If you say Anandamaya itself is Brahma, you can't say that another Brahma is its pucham. So Brahma pucham pratishtha ityapi cha anupapannam. Even that word will become meaningless. Even that word will not fit in. It doesn't become. It will not be appropriate. Anupapannam means it will not be appropriate. It will not fit in. If we say that Anandamaya Kosha itself is the Brahman, Pruthak Brahmana pratishthatvena grahana. So Brahma is being mentioned as the pucham, as the pratishtha. That is because Anandamaya Kosha is not Brahma. Because Anandamaya Kosha is not Brahma, the real Brahman, the Supreme Brahman, is mentioned as the pucham, the base, the pratishtha, the support for the whole thing. Then tasmat
तस्मात्
कार्यपतित एव आनंदमयो
कार्यपतित एव आनन्दमयो
न पर एव आत्मा
न पर एव आत्मा
आनंद इति पर एव आत्मा आनंद इति विद्याकर्मणो फलम्.
आनन्द इति विद्याकर्मणो फलम्.
Okay, न पर एव आत्मा, we have to put a comma or stop there. आनंद इति विद्याकर्मणो फलम्. Okay, तस्मात् therefore कार्यपतित एव आनंदमयः. This आनंदमय कोश is कार्यपतितः. It comes under the category of karyam. It is not the supreme karanam. It is not Brahman. It comes under the category of karyam. Na parayeva atma. It is not the supreme atma. It is not the supreme Brahma. Na parayeva atma. Then ananda iti vidya karmano phalam. This ananda which you are talking about, it is the result of vidya and karma. Vidya, what is the meaning of vidya? We have to take the meaning of upasana. Vidya karmano phalam. Vidyancha vidyamcha. Yes, tadvedo bhayagam saha. You remember that line from Ishavasya? Vidyancha vidyamcha yes tadvedo bhayagam saha. Avidyaya mrutyuntirtva. That line is there. What is that? Ishavasya Upanishad. So Vidya depending on the context, we have to see whether it is referring to Brahma Vidya or whether it is referring to Upasana. Here Ananda is the result of Vidya and Karma. Vidya, Karma and Upasana. So Ananda iti Vidya Karmano phalam tad vikaraha Anandamaya. So Anandamaya is a product of that vikara. It is a modification in the sense it is a product of that. It is attained by that. Tad vikaraha Anandamaya. Sacha Vijnanamayad Antaraha. Yajnadi hetoho Vijnanamayasya Antaratva Shrutehe. So this Vijnana, this particular Anandamaya is Vijnanamayad Antaraha. When compared to that Vijnanamaya, it is more subtle. Vijnanamayad Antaraha. Antaraha means that which is inside. Inside means that is more subtle. Then Yajnadi hetoho Vijnanamayasya Antaratva Shrutehe. So this Vijnanamaya kosha is becoming Antara. Yajnadi hetoho. Because this, what is this thing? Yajnadi hetu. Okay. This Vijnanamaya kosha is Yajnadi hetu. That is, because of this Yajna, Vijnanam Yajnantanute, that particular line we have seen. This Vijnanam is responsible for all the actions. Karmani tanute picha. It is responsible for all the action, for all the karmas. So, this Anandamaya kosha is again a product of all these things. Yajnadi hetoho Vijnanamayasya Antaratva Shrutehe. Then this Anandamaya kosha is subtle, more subtle when compared to the Vijnanamaya kosha, which is responsible for this yajna, all these karmas. Vijnanamaya kosha, which is responsible for all these karmas, for all the actions. So we have to see this gradation. Vijnanamaya kosha is at the level of Karma Yoga, coupled with Upasana, Karma Yoga. Then Anandamaya kosha has come to the level of Karma and Upasana. Vijnanamaya kosha, by virtue of a firm knowledge of the Vedas, by virtue of a clear understanding of the Vedas, you are performing the actions. And then you are at that level of Karma Yoga. So in this Anandamaya kosha, you have come to the level of Vidya plus Karma, Vidya and Upasana. That is something as Shuklagati, and then Brahmaloka Prapti, and then leading to this Krama Mukti. So that is what we have to understand. Yajnadi hetoha Vijnanamayasya Antaratva Shrutehe. For that Vijnanamaya kosha, this Anandamaya kosha is more subtle. Antaraha, it is inside. Inside means the inner self, or which is more subtle than that. Antaratva Shrutehe. Then this Jnana Karmanohi Phalam, we will see it in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti